Consider House File 668, which is basically attempting to strengthen stand your ground provisions in code. Joining me on this subcommittee, Representative Russell Chrisell and Representative Wheeler. If you'd like to speak on the bill, share your concerns for or against, come on up, have a seat, press the button that looks like the top half of a human being. I don't think we have a lot of people here, so I don't know that we need to worry about a time limit. So go ahead, Sarah.
Thank you for your time this morning. Sarah Allen here on behalf of the Iowa County Attorneys Association. Just want to start off by saying we understand the goal of the bill is to protect innocent gun owners who are legitimately defending themselves. We do have several kind of questions and concerns about the bill that hopefully I'm going to articulate for you this morning. First, the way we read this bill, we don't think that there is a limit on the types of cases that this would apply to. Does it apply to simple assault all the way down to murder? That, in our minds, creates a lot more process in the way to get a conviction, right? You're inserting essentially a presumption that anybody who is claiming self-defense can get a pretrial hearing, which today it would be a deposition, and then the case. So it's adding kind of a third step, if you will. Secondly, we did ask several of our county attorneys about this bill, and I just wanted to point this out. They all told us about their careful screening processes to ensure that people with legitimate self-defense claims never get charged in the first place. So I would just ask you to consider that this is something that county attorneys and law enforcement take really seriously. And hopefully somebody who has a legitimate case is not being charged in the first place. I wonder if this is maybe more of an outlier issue. Third, our legal system is designed to make sure a case is only litigated once. We kind of think that adding in this judge review pretrial hearing creates a second layer of that. Also, just considerations about time in courts and how this might kind of create a bottleneck, something to consider. Fourth, there is no similar pretrial hearing requirement for any other defense in Iowa, not for insanity, not for intoxication, not for an alibi, not for entrapment. Fifth, if a pretrial hearing requirement is added, victims and witnesses would all have to testify 3 times. You know, we talk a lot about victims when we're talking about criminal matters, and a lot of times crimes are horrific and frankly victims don't want to relive it. And as prosecutors, we have to work with the victims to make sure they're willing and able to show up. This would create another step where a victim is going to have to face somebody who potentially did something very horrendous to them. And then finally, I will just end it by saying we look forward to working with you guys, and we do understand the intent of the bill. We just think there's a lot of hurdles to overcome. And that's the end of my comments.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Good morning, Representatives. Lisa Davis with the Iowa Association for Justice. We're registered as undecided on this bill. This made me recall some discussions we had last year on another bill that I believe is over in the Senate right now, House File 945, I think. Anyway, we like the other bill better because it's very clear as to how things are laid out. This, we think, makes it more murky. Our members do have a lot of issues with these types of cases. Someone wants to assert stand your ground, and I think the intent was that if someone asserted stand your ground and it was legitimate, then the prosecution or the civil action just ended. That's not how it's happening now. People are still having to get attorneys, they're still having to go to court. The whole process is moving forward. I think 945 is very clear. We like the fact that there's a hearing so you can get it figured out before trial. I don't necessarily think witnesses and everything are going to have to appear at these hearings. And then it also says that if the judge denies it, the jury still gets to hear it. It can still be raised as a defense, which I think is legitimate as well because the jury should hear these fact questions. So we're okay with this version. We like the other version a little bit better, but we can certainly amend this one to more closely mirror the other bill. So thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay. Representative Russell Chrisell.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have a lot of concerns about this bill, and I think I need to side on the side of the victims of violence. They deserve their day in court. The people who use force in this bill get the benefit of the doubt, and law enforcement arrests will become less likely. Cases are likely to be dismissed too early. I just have all sorts of concerns that we won't have justice using this bill. So I will oppose it at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. Representative Wheeler.
Mr. Chair, I would defer to you for the most part on the conversations you're going to have on this. I think some folks, Representative West Rochelle, thank you. I think some folks obviously need to be followed up with, but I will defer to your lead on this.
Thank you. Obviously, I am very sensitive to the concerns brought up by the county attorneys in this situation. So we're going to obviously take all those under advisement. I will go ahead and advance it out of subcommittee to continue discussions, but we have obviously a lot of issues that we have to discuss. So thank you for bringing up thanks for the email, Sarah, for all the information you shared as well. So thank you all. Have a great day.